All right, and we are back in the lobby bar for the week of May the 1st, 2023. Brian and Michaela here with you. And Michaela, this is a special week. It's extra special to me for someone that loves Star Wars more than almost anything else in the world. It is May the 4th week, best week of the year, no doubt. Happy May the 4th week, Michaela.
Happy May the 4th week, Brian. May the 4th be with you always.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, we're going to be doing some pretty fun stuff this week. We've got a lot in store. Michaela, back when we very first started Drink the Movies, we got to kind of the first May the 4th week. We said, let's do Star Wars. Let's start at the beginning, 1977's New Hope. We'll do that. Fast forward to this year, we're going to be talking about Return of the Jedi. Just so happens it's the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. So you and I are going to the movie theater to see it. How fortuitous. How great. How great. What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive, indeed. Yes, it's very serendipitous, and we're so excited because we're going to be able to watch it on the big screen. I think I've only watched it one other time, maybe two other times on the big screen, because they've had a couple of anniversary kind of showings the way they're having this one. And then also, I think I saw all of them in the late 90s when episodes 1, 2, and 3 came out. I don't know if they showed that where you were growing up, but I think so. This is a very, very special occasion, because while my home theater setup, I love and hold near and dear to my heart, there's nothing quite like seeing this on a giant screen, right?
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Looking forward to it. Yeah, haven't seen it since those special editions came out in the late 90s. Myself too. So very excited to go out and see it. 40th anniversary. Great time, great time. And you know what else is a great time, Michaela? It's something that you and I have gotten the opportunity. We've been fortunate enough to do a couple of times, but that is venture down to Disney World and make our way to Galaxy's Edge. One of the cool things that you could do, especially if you are, enjoyers of fine concoctions and cocktails, that is go to Oga's Cantina, and that's what we're doing for the lobby bar today. So Michaela, you go into Oga's Cantina. It's pretty crazy. It's everything you would expect from a Star Wars cantina, full to the brim of crazy tastes and flavors and creatures and all sorts of things. And they have this drink there, and it's my favorite drink in the whole world. Maybe, I don't know if it's my favorite drink, but it is definitely one of the weirdest things I've ever had, and that is the fuzzy tauntaun. Or how do you make a fuzzy tauntaun? You need buzz buttons. What the heck is a buzz button, Michaela?
A buzz button is a really small yet very potent flower. And when I say small, I mean it is like the size of the top of your pinky. I mean, it's tiny. So there's you can grow them. They actually grow really well in the Carolinas, apparently. We
Oh,
did not. We purchased ours.
buzz
But
button capital of the world.
that's right. They have this really amazing feature about them where if you were to put them in anything, they would give whatever it touches like a numbing, tingly feeling sensation. So we decided to emulate Disney's Olga's Cafe and try and create our own fuzzy tauntaun with this buzz button foam.
That's right. Yeah, that is a key component, because yeah, you have the fuzzy tauntaun. It has like this foam is like spilling out of the top of this glass, and you taste it, and yeah, it makes so like your mouth and your tongue go like numb and like literally like buzz. It's the weirdest thing, but then like the combination of that sensation and then this like bright potent like citrus of the actual cocktail, it's so like bright and crazy tasting. It is amazing. It is so much fun. So to put this together, it's going to take a little bit of work, and you're going to have to get this buzz button stuff going. And Michaela, you did that. You ordered us some buzz buttons off of the internet, and you got this thing put together.
Yes. So like I said, you can grow these buzz button beauties on your own. We did not have that kind of time or the foresight. I bet
Yeah,
I
the
bet it's
green
really
thumb.
amazing. Yeah.
It's all about yeah, yeah.
That fertilizer, all of that. So I gave Jeff Bezos some money and I ordered them on Amazon. And you can order 1,000 of these things, but I ordered just like 100 because you're only going to need like 50 of them to
Mm,
make the buzz button tincture. And the way you do that is you're going to take some like 80 proof 40% vodka, okay?
okay.
And like you do Tito's. I did not use Tito's. Gosh, I don't even know what I used. I think I had some Kettle One laying around. Nothing flavored, right? So just run of the mill, like vodka. And you're going to add about 50 of these little baby buzz buttons. Now they look big in all the pictures. They look way bigger than they are. I mean, they are tiny, but they be very potent. So put about 50 of them in about half a cup of vodka, and then put it in the fridge and leave it alone for a week. That's all you got to do. Now, what we've talked about before is if you're in a pinch and you didn't have the kind of time to make infused vodka or an infused liqueur, you could use one of those kind of whipped cream machine things with the nitrix. And we did not do that because I really think you're going to need that time period for the buzzing, whatever is creating that buzzing,
Right.
you know, concoction, that the mouth feel and all the tingliness. I really think that actually has to seep out. So it's not a flavor change. The vodka didn't taste any different, but it definitely felt different when you put it on your lips or took a sip of it. It made your tongue all nummy, and then you were talking like this for the rest of the day. Maybe not the rest of the day, maybe for just 5 minutes, but either way. So once you've got that concoction and that tincture, okay, you're going to add about half of it to like a shallow bucket bowl, and then what we did was add 1 egg white, half an ounce of simple syrup to just give it a little bit of sweetness, and then an ounce of lemon juice. Okay. Now it's going to look gross. It's gross. You're going to want to make sure you strain the buzz buttons out of the vodka when you pour it in, because you don't want any of the actual buzz button pieces into the foam. That'll make it look weird. And then we used a milk frother that we had laying around. You could also use like a stand-up mixer. A lot of people that we've looked at when we did this research, a lot of people had a good luck with that. I think Disney actually uses a
Yeah, they use like an aquarium pump because they have
aquarium
like
pump.
like a big tank full of it, because
Right,
then
right.
it just looks super cool, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And we did not need an aquarium sized tank full for just a couple of drinks. So we just milk froth this up, and it actually, then I would recommend leaving it alone for 5 minutes. So once you froth it up, it's going to look kind of like a creamy froth, almost like the top of a cappuccino, but you're going to want to let it sit for about 5 minutes. And then the bubbles, I don't know the science behind this. I am not a chemist, but the bubbles start to really look more like the foam that we saw in Olga's Cafe. And then you're going to spoon that on top of your concoction of the fuzzy tauntaun. And then you're going to drink it, and you're going to feel this really lovely, like tingling sensation around your lips and your tongue, and it doesn't go anywhere else. Like you don't feel it down your throat or anything like that. But it's really cool. And I remember when we were at Olga's, we tried this, and I had really no hope that this was actually going to have that effect. I was like, there's no way. And I'm really impressed with us for doing this, because this drink was awesome. It tasted exactly the way I remember it tasting at Olga's.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was really close. So that's how you're going to get that foam stuff going. So a little bit of work getting the buzz buttons, but then it's really not too bad. I think at Disney, and a lot of people use like soy lecithin, but that seemed like one other ingredient that we'd have to track down. So we saw some people doing it with the egg whites, and that worked out perfectly fine for us. So you've got that. Mix it up, like Michaela said, set it aside for 5 minutes, and that'll give you plenty of time to get the cocktail together. So we did this. This made about 2 cocktails worth for us here. So you're going to use 6 ounces of orange and tangerine juice. You can probably find that in your store, maybe. If not, you can do what we did, which was just take some regular orange juice and then add about an ounce of fresh squeezed tangerine to that. So 6 ounces there of that juice, and then 1.5 ounces of Ciroc peach vodka we used, 1.5 ounces of cane syrup, which you can buy at the store. You can make it, just get some cane sugar and just make that just like your regular simple syrup. 1.5 ounces of that, and then a half ounce of peach schnapps. So you're going to put that into a shaker tin, shake it with some ice, strain it into a glass with ice, and then top it with that foaming stuff. So Michaela, this was kind of for lack of a better term, this was like the buzzworthy cocktail from Oga's when it first opened. This was what everyone was having, and the first time you and I went, this was something I definitely wanted to try. The Tauntaun is my favorite creature in Star Wars. Go back and listen to our Empire Strikes Back for episode for more information about my love of Tauntauns. But this drink is so good. It's nice and like that orange and tangerine is amazing. It's got like this I don't know, like subtle like peach nuance to it. The cane sugar, it's delicious. And then the foam just like sets it off. The foam doesn't really taste like anything too much. Like
Right.
it's pretty neutral tasting. It doesn't taste like a lot. But the way that it changes like the sensation and the flavor receptors in your mouth when you drink this, it makes that orange juice taste like the most orangey thing you've ever had in your life. It's
Right.
amazing. And I'm so happy we did this. It was a little bit of work, but this was really close to the fuzzy tauntaun and ogas.
It sure was. And it doesn't cost whatever it costs at Olga's. Plus the
$18,
expense.
$18.
$18. Oof. Plus
Plus
getting there.
$8,000 to get
Right.
to Disney World and stay. Yeah.
Just to
Yeah.
get to Disney. Yeah, no, this was really great. I was a little concerned, and I know we talked about it while we were making it about the pure cane syrup that
Mhm.
I made because it comes from sugar in the raw, basically, which made it dark, and I was worried that it wasn't going to look the same. But I was wrong. Happy to be wrong about that. It looked exactly the same. I don't know what it is too. I know the peach schnapps added some oomph of peach to it, but this was so great. I'm really into peach lately. As we all know, we've had like, I don't know, 6 cocktails in the last 2 months with peach in it. This, like, I don't know if it was because of the tangerine, because you're right. Like, this was the most orangiest orange peachy drink ever. And I don't know, even though your mouth is kind of numb, you're able to taste all of those things. It is great. This was so much fun to make. I mean, I
Yeah.
think maybe we need to invest in a giant aquarium so we can do this at a Star Wars party for everybody because this was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And if you wanted to do the cocktail without the foam, you probably could, and it would be perfectly fine. Too. It just kind of sets it off and makes it more Star Warsy and fun. And that is the name of the game for the week of May the 4th. We'll put a link to it's Disneyfy.com, which is where we got kind of the recipe and kind of a whole big article about this. So we'll put that down in the show notes so you can check that out for yourself if you want to recreate this at home for your own May the 4th stuff. And we've got a lot of other fun May the 4th stuff coming out, Michaela. This week on the main show, as we mentioned at the top, we are talking about Return of the Jedi, which is back in the movie theaters. It made $4.5 million over the weekend, good enough for fifth place. Super Mario Brothers, of course, leads the way with another $40 million. Super Mario Brothers is over $1 billion now worldwide, which puts it into I think like 48th place all time in box office. So good job, Mario and Luigi there. But its run at the top is coming to an end pretty soon, Michaela, because we've got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 coming out this week. Marvel back with another one. We're only in what is it, May? It just turned into May, and this is already what the third, fourth, 19th Marvel film this year. I don't know. But Guardians of the Galaxy, it's coming out. It's going to do well. We're going to see it. We'll be talking about it next week. But what do you think about the Guardians, Michaela?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping because I love the Guardians of the Galaxy. I thought the first one was really inspired, and I really loved the second one. I might have enjoyed the second one more than the first one.
Mm.
Um, I don't know. The soundtrack is great. Obviously, everybody loves the soundtrack. I really hope that it's better than Ant-Man. Is that
Mm.
bad to say? I feel like we've taken like, and we've talked about this in general, right? I feel like we've taken a turn in terms of the Marvel films where they're really they're struggling to try and come up with a little bit of something new. And I love what they did with the kind of the villain characters. They're really starting to give them a backstory and give them reasons why they're behaving the way that they are.
Hmm.
And why they want to take over the world or whatever. This one, I feel, is going to really be a reshaping of the Guardians because this is the first one that's after Endgame where it really changed who's who within them. And
Hmm.
looking at the previews, I try not to look at too many of these because I don't want to know exactly how it ends, but it looks like we're going to also see, the beginning of how some of the characters came to be, like Rocket. And so that's going to be interesting. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm hesitantly, I'm
Ca-
cautiously optimistic. Is that that's the word?
Yeah,
That's the term.
yeah, cautiously optimistic. There you go. Yeah. So Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is coming out this week. Let us know if you're going to be making your way out to the theater to see that. And let us know if you made it out to see Return of the Jedi, because I want to hear all about your Star Wars movie-going experiences. Look for that episode to come out this Thursday. And Michaela, in lieu of May the 4th, we're not done talking about Ogas. We're going to be talking about some more cocktails from there, because we did another cocktail from there, and we did a cocktail from the Galactic Star Cruiser. And we're going to be talking about that a little bit over on our Patreon. It's patreon.com/drink the movies. So go check that out if you want a little bit of bonus content and a great way to support the podcast. So Michaela, May the 4th. I've got a lot of merchandise to buy. Lego sale started today, so I'm gonna go check that out. I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna rest up. I'm gonna watch all I don't 11 of the Star Wars films, 12 of the Star Wars films, Clone Wars. How am I forgetting? So I'm going to watch all those. We're going to get ready. We're going to go watch Return of the Jedi tomorrow. I'm probably going to make up another like 9 or 10 of these fuzzy Tauntauns. So hopefully you have some buzz buttons left. So we're going to do that. And we'll talk to everyone next time in the lobby bar. May the 4th be with you.
May the fourth be with you.